What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another stream. Hope everyone's good. Darren, Raul, Natalie, how's it going? Zulu, welcome, bro. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's good. 1 second. Let me just sort this out really quickly. Yeah, I hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's having a good day, having a good session. Hope everyone's crushing it as always. And yeah, let me know. Let me see who's here. Drop a like, drop a comment if you're new. Subscribe, and let's crush the day. Let's crush the session. Okay, sweet. We're ready. I'll start breaking down in a second, guys. Like I say, if you've got any questions at all, feel free to drop a question in the comments. That is absolutely fine. And yeah, let's see who's here. Thukral, how's it going, mate? Yeah, welcome. Good to see you here. Welcome. I'll start breaking gold down in a second. It's getting quite interesting, to be fair, today. It's been a good day so far. I've already made some good gains on these accounts, but if there's anything that sets up, we'll see. We will see. Onto these. Making sure everything's set up ready. Yo, Tyler, how's it going, bro? Welcome. Yeah, I'm going to start breaking gold down properly in a second. Just wait for a few more to get in. Once 15, 20 people get in, I'll start breaking gold down. See if we can catch another W on stream. How's everyone's day been so far? How's everyone's day been? Right, 15. Yeah, we've got 15 in. Sorted. Okay, so what am I looking at on gold? So this morning, I took a very clean entry here on gold. The range I was using this morning in the London session was buys above here. Like I say, if you've been on my TikTok and my Instagram, or if you're in the free Telegram community, you'd have seen that I was using this. I was using this range, and I got this breakout to the upside. And after this breakout is where I actually went long. Based on this range closure, I went long into these highs to the left for about 55 ticks. And look at that. Beautiful TP smashed. Over around 200 ticks profit taken on this trade, which was very, very clean. But yeah, very, very nice trade there. Like I've just mentioned to the community, since this actual break above and, you know, this deep retracement back down, we're literally trading in between the range that we were this morning. So what is price telling me? Well, it's had a decent breakout and it's just retraced back into that sort of range. Okay, so let me just break out. Let me just replay out of this, and you can see, look, gold is actually getting quite choppy within this range now. Okay. However, there's good liquidity to take above and below market. That's the thing. There's still good liquidity to take above and below. So I'm going to be looking, personally, for buys on gold. This pullback's decent, but I'm watching these levels on gold. I'm watching for full risk buys above this level. There's not much to target, but I'll see how it breaks out. And I'm going to be watching this level here for sells below. Okay? This level here for sells below for me is absolutely fine, because below here, there's a double bottom that I can look to take out. Look at that. Double bottom. I can look to take that double bottom out if, you know, gold can break below. You know, on this 30, it doesn't look like it's going to do it strong enough. But if the next 15 can close below, I can then look for sells down, which would be very, very nice. Okay? Or if I reject this level, I can look for some buys. Okay? And you know, where would I be looking to buy into? Well, I'd have to have a strong close, but I can't really look to buy into these highs up here because it's just too far away. It's just too far away for me to look to buy into them. So personally, I'm looking for sells down into these lows for now. Okay? Nice closure below this level at 33.77. I'm going to look to take some sells down. All right, everyone. Not being able to make anything today. Break even on gold. Oh, fair enough, yeah. If you're following your plan, that's all that matters. I've literally followed my plan this morning and taken a nice win. Look at that. Look at that for a push, guys. I mean, beautiful trade. And it was great to see the Discord community members executing the longs too. That's important to me. You know, when, you know, people come into the community, they start learning the strategy, they start picking up and getting consistent with the concepts, and then they actually put it into practice and start seeing the trades themselves, which is super great to see. So yeah, so good to see that. Gary, 1 trade, 1 win. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Very good work. Same. 1 trade, 1 win for me. Like I say, you can see it on here as well, look. I've took it on 2 accounts, 1.2k, so 2.4k in total. $2,400 in total so far today, but we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Like I say, I've got 2 payouts pending now. I'm going to be taking $7,000 from each account. So I'll have like 2 payouts on 2 accounts coming out. I'm going to make a video on it, so I'll probably request it tomorrow so I can show you the process on how I actually get paid out with Top 1. I'm going to tell you that, like, see how it is, because this is my first payout with Top 1, to be honest. I've only been really focusing on these accounts for like 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks, and I've got some payouts. So follow the plan, you get paid out, simple as that. So yeah, gold closes will be very nice. Whether it's on the next 15, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Owlie's just closed. But yeah, this is what I'm watching for now. Clotty, how's it going? Welcome. Joe, what was the reason for such a sudden fall? Tariff news, mate. Yeah, we had some tariff news. Let's just go over the news really quickly for today as well. You know, if you look at news, look at the time here. We had some tariff news that came out today, and we've had Russia wanting that meeting with, you know, basically tariff news and Trump and Putin actually meeting in person. There's been discussions about it, therefore the push down in gold, because anything that sort of eases tensions makes gold actually pull back and push down. That's what I'm thinking. But calendar for today, the news for today is red news. We've got red news today. We've got some news that had just come out an hour ago. Didn't really do much. But mainly for me, it's the unemployment claims in 25 minutes that I'm going to be watching. You know, we've got unemployment claims. Gold's already had some decent breakouts. I'm personally just going to see how this 15 closes. Maybe this 15 can give me an entry pre-news. I don't know. I'll have to see. Best thing for me to do now, though, is wait for this 15 to close. That'll give me direction to trade. Okay? So that's what I'll be waiting for. 1,200 down today. If you followed your plan and you followed your risk management and you didn't do anything off plan, it's not a bad thing. Like, you know, you need to understand that a valid loss is a good loss. It's not bad to have a valid loss. Like, look at this. Are these the... Yeah, look at this. Look at these results here, guys. This is like in the last 4 weeks. But even in the last 4 weeks, look at this. $8,000 profit, 80% win rate. So, keep consistent with an 80% win rate. I can still lose, you know, I can still lose 2 trades every 10. If them 2 trades that I lose are valid losses, it doesn't matter. All that matters is if it's a valid loss, it doesn't matter. I'm good, man. Good stuff. Zulu, another day to stay disciplined, 100%. Staying disciplined is like the most important thing in trading. If you've got a profitable plan and you can see that it's profitable, whether it's someone who trades it profitable or it's got data backed to show that it's profitable, like I do, and payouts to show that it's profitable, and results to show that it's profitable, all that matters is the discipline. All that matters is the discipline. Gold's really choppy. Yeah, we've got unemployment claims. That's probably why. Unemployment claims USD today, and we've got unemployment claims tomorrow in the for Canada. So we'll see. Like I say, this is a decent bit of news coming out right now. I don't know what it's going to do to the market, but we will see. You know, I would like it not to go crazy and ruin everything, but we'll see. Got faked out at the bottom. Did you get faked out here, Warrior? Faked out here, do you mean? Faked out here? See, that's the problem, bro. You really do need to have the set of rules, and you do need to find out how to prevent getting faked out. I've got a full webinar in the mentorship and a full course video on how to prevent getting faked out of ranges. And I can, if you entered down here and up here, I can tell you why you got faked out. And that's why me and the community stay out of these trades and we prevent getting faked out as much as possible, is because we've got concepts in place for that. When you learn them concepts that I teach, you'll prevent your fake out so much more. It's super important. It's very, very important to prevent getting faked out. And like I say, I've got them concepts that we look for where most people get faked out, but we don't. Touch you in accidentally? Order on the mouse? Yeah, you probably moved it. Yeah, you probably moved it over it. I think I might have done that one time when I was getting used to ages ago. Like maybe a year ago when I was getting used to Project X. Could see another surge potentially. Yeah, we'll see. Like I say, we'll see what it does. I don't really look into news that much, like in terms of the figures and stuff. I just stay away from it because I know it's unpredictable. I know news is unpredictable, and I basically just like to stay away from it. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So nothing really happening here on gold. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq has actually got a decent range to buy above here. I mean, if Nasdaq can get above here, I'd be looking for the buys. You can see, look. Support, broke through as resistance. Back above here for Nasdaq, I'll be looking for them buys. That's clean. What's the hourly saying? Hourly's closed nice and strong bearish, but I think if the 15 starts closing back above, that could be enough for it to start pushing and taking these highs out. You know, it is bullish Nasdaq overall. Yeah, that's the main thing. Don't be distracted when you're looking to enter positions. Yeah. I mean, I always say that as well. Like, if you're trading at work, that's absolutely fine. I used to trade at work. But if I was, like, very busy, like, even now if I'm busy sometimes with calls and meetings and making videos, I just don't enter the market. Some people will enter, I just won't. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with it. Sorry, guys. I was just putting my phone on charge. Okay, I'm watching this 15 closure here. This could be a nice closure to set gold down pre-news. This could be a nice closure to set gold down into these lows pre-news, and then it pushes up and takes them highs again. I don't mind that. Cheers for likes, guys. Smashing it. Almost 20 likes already. Appreciate you all. Yeah, this level's clear on gold, to be fair. I mean, if it gets below here, nice area for it to push down. And also, if anybody's got any questions about top 1 futures here, these are the 2 accounts. I'm getting paid out on 2 accounts, hopefully. Well, hopefully getting paid out if nothing crazy happens. you know, I'm going to be requesting these tomorrow. So if anyone's got any questions about the instant account, the process, any questions on like how to link, you know, the drawdown rules, the profit targets, anything, let me know, because I'll break it all down. Whilst I'm on live and it's easier, just let me know. Yeah, 15 could be closing nice for a push down here. Da-da-da. Anyone know how to place Project X cells on my phone? I don't, but I mean, if I had to, I would do. I mean, if I was like trading at work, I would be executing on Project X on my phone too. But I don't work full time anymore. So, well, I don't work another job anymore. So, I think a few do. I know Ben does for sure. And he's crushing it. I mean, Ben's probably up there with one of the only people to go live on Top Step using the phone. Like 5 consistent payouts. That's class, to be fair. You know, working a full-time job, learning the strategy, and then becoming a live funded trader with Top Step's crazy. It's very, very good. All right, mate. Oh, Dan, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Good to see you in the chat, bro. I figured it out once, then never did it again. Oh, what, on your phone, Tyler? Do you mean trading on your phone? Yo, Nate, welcome, bro. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Wow, we're almost at 1.4k followers. Insane. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, dropping a like, dropping a subscribe. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask away and I'll get back to you. I do, Gary. Nice, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like, let me tell you something. With the job that I used to have, I used to work from 7 till 4 o'clock at night. I used to wake up at like 5:30, trade for an hour, and then get into work for 7, and then work till 4. So from 7 till 4, I set alerts, and I just traded at work on my phone when I could. And I just made it work. It was one of them. It's just one of them, like, you just do what you have to do. And I did for like 2 to 3 years. Nice trade this morning, mate. Beautiful. Textbook. Yeah, textbook trade this morning, to be fair. Basic impulse entry on the closure. Just a closure impulse. Blue light, almost 200 ticks. Nice. There's a plus symbol, yeah, something like that. I think on the phone there's like a little plus symbol, and when you press the plus symbol, it comes up with the orders, and then you just choose which order you want to select. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's that hard. I think there's gonna be a little news push down here. I think there's gonna be a little pre-news push down into these lows. And then liquidity could get taken to the upside. Hi, mate. Naz, welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. The charts in Asia were so out, were they? Yeah. When I came onto London, they were a little bit out, but I took this trade. I literally took the 15-minute here. For anyone who's just tuning in now, I made about 2.4k this morning buying gold into all the highs on the Awanda chart, basically. And yeah, So for anybody who's been watching the journey on these two instant accounts on top one, I've made the 9k profit on 2 accounts. So I'm going to be taking 7k in withdrawals on 2 accounts. Okay. So it's gonna be a nice payout. A very, very nice payout, but this just goes to show you, you've watched me from start to beginning on these accounts. All I've done is shown up every day, take 1 to 2 trades a day, follow the plan, and stay consistent. 2 to 3 contracts on full risk, 1 to 2 contracts on half risk, done. Maintaining patience and discipline with the plan, 1 to 2 trades a day. 9k profit in 5 weeks on 2 accounts, so it's doubled. Okay. Yeah, welcome, Harry, man. Welcome. Market executed anymore? Yeah, fair play. I've not, like I say, guys, if I haven't used my phone with Top Step or Project X. I've logged in and I had a look at P&Ls and stuff. But if I had to execute on my phone, I 100% would do, because it's the only thing you can do. Get used to it. Go Ben, yeah, Ben's live now. First Discord community member. My first guy to go live in the community. Insane. 7k payout, yeah, 7k payout. Oh no, on each across them both, so it's like 7k across 2. So I'll leave a buffer on both. I'll leave a little buffer on both to go again. Yeah, that's the plan. Are you going to get live with your instance? No, I'm probably gonna go to a personal. I'm probably gonna trade a personal account live on stream next year. Yeah, probably next year. I'll probably just put like, I don't know, 25, 30 grand into a personal and then just trade it. Or I might just see how much payouts I've had for the year and put all that into a personal account. So if it's like 50k, I'll just put that into a personal. Well, no, I don't know. Probably not that much, but I don't know. Great work, mate. Nice one. Yeah, sound, bro. Slowly recovering. Yeah, nice. Just make sure you're sticking to your plan, though, bro. Don't be taking trades not to plan. What's the analysis on gold? For now, it's just waiting for this news to pass. We've got some news in 5 minutes. Unemployment claims. 10 minutes, sorry. But what I'm waiting for personally is this breakout of this range. If anybody who knows how I trade breakouts. I don't trade if I haven't got a range. And this is the range that I'm trading. You can see here, I traded on the breakout of the current range down here. This is my range now. Half risk, 1 to 2 contracts is fine. That's what I take on half risk trades. 1 to 2. Yeah. How's everyone's day been so far, though? Has everyone taken some positions today? I'd like, to be fair, I would like gold to maintain this range and then break out of this range after. I'd like gold to stay in this range on an FP, not on an FP, on unemployment claims. And then I'd like it to break out, but it's very unlikely to happen. This range has just been built up because of NFP and because of the news that we had. Felt myself getting FOMO after a big move, so locked myself out of the account. Nice. For the full day, Harry? For the full day or just for a little while? Was it a temporary lockout, like for an hour or two? The lockout feature's great. You know, the Project X lockout feature's good. You know, the Project X have done really well on the platform, to be fair. Like, actually helping traders get payouts with Project X for sure. Good stuff, Harry. It's a big step forward. It's a big step forward to be able to do that. Yeah, I don't really use the lockout feature, but if you think that it helps you, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure use it. Because like I say, the biggest thing with the biggest reason that most traders fail. One sec. You know, the biggest reason most traders fail, it's not because they haven't got a good strategy. It's not because they haven't found a profitable strategy. Most of the time, you know, the concepts that most traders are trading and the strategy that most traders are trading is profitable. The thing that's making them unprofitable is they're overtrading, is the revenge trading, is not sticking to the plan, not sticking to the rules, taking 2 good trades, okay, and then 8 invalid trades. That's what makes people unprofitable, okay? Not knowing when to step away is super key, and, you know, locking yourself out after 1 to 2 trades is key for that long-term profitability, okay? And it is so true, like, you know, most traders don't need to know more technicals to become more profitable. You probably know just about enough to become profitable. All you got to do now is put it into action and actually stick to the rules and stick to what you know is profitable. Okay? But having a simple strategy helps for sure too. Okay? Having a simple strategy does help. You know, the harder the strategy, the poorer the execution is going to be for sure. What a trade though this morning. Beautiful trade. Text, like I said, it was just the initial range that I had this morning were a little bit different to what it is now. It's this. These yellow lines is where my initial range were. The breakout was here. Nice continuation push. Very, very good stuff. Cheers for likes, guys. 20 likes. Crushed. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. 5 minutes until news. Put in the comments what you think news is going to do. Do you think it's going to push up or do you think it's going to have a sell-off? What do you think? Yeah, very nice push there. I got out up here because that's what I needed to get my payout. I got out up here because I hit that 1.2k profit. That's all I needed for the payout, you know. So like I say, I'm going to make a video on the payout process with top one. Show you basically how I request a payout, a bit of my stats in my dashboard, a few of the rules that you need to pass them. And yeah, you can see how step to step the process is. Harry bearish, fair enough. A push up. Push up. I personally think that it's going to come down and take these lows first. I think that gold might come down on news. It's left this liquidity quite nicely there on gold, set up for this. So I think it could come down, sweep some lows, and then push higher. That would be my play on news. Let's have a look at the daily really quickly. Yeah, daily. Look at the daily here. The daily's left like 4 lows down here to take. I'd be very surprised if news doesn't come and take some of them before pushing higher. You know, from where we are now into them lows, you got like 200 ticks. You know, we've got them daily lows on the news that's coming out in 3 minutes. And we've also left the double bottom down here to take. Okay? And this trend line hasn't been liquidated. So I feel that price could come down and sweep all this. That's what I'd say. And another thing to back it up is that the last 15 minutes is pushing bullish. So you have potential to see that reversal on the news. But let's see. I don't trade it. Let's see. What's the 20% consistency on top one? Yeah, so basically, look at this here. My balance is $9,000 in profit. This is a 150k account. My balance is $9,000 in profit. Okay? So, because I'm $9,000 in profit, 20% of $9,000 is $1,800. Okay? So just divide it by 5 to get 20%. My best day can't be more than $1,800, and my best day is $1,750. So I'm cool, okay? I'm sound. If I was at say $2,000 as my best day, I would have to make 5 times that to get a payout. So I'd need to make $10,000. So all I do is get out just before $1,800, get to the profit target, which is 6%, which is $9,000, and I'm good for a payout. So on this account, I've hit the 6% profit target, which is $9,000. I'm below the 20% because my best day is like 1,700, and I'm good for a payout now, okay? Oh, grand is $1,000. Oh, yeah, grand, yeah. Yeah, grand is $1,000, yeah. We a bit... Sorry. $1,000 is a grand, yeah. Is it like that from the start? Yeah, so you get a big buffer. You get like a $4,500 buffer. So if you see this, I'm well in the profit. But this is on 2 accounts, so I've got 2 payouts coming because I've linked the accounts. Asian session liquidity too. Yeah, like I say, you've got some lows down here to take out. I don't know. I just think this, for me, I think this push here that we're seeing, this initial push is just going to take retail traders into the market, and then it comes and takes them out. But I don't trade news, so I don't trade news. I think a lot of people are buying this news now for it to just push down. So a lot of people are going to get trapped in this initial push, but we'll see. Da, da, da. Not done much. Not done much. Let's have a look. See if gold wants to react. It must be close. It must be close to the forecast. It would definitely be close. Yeah, look. 226. It's quite close. Just above forecast. That's good, though. That's good because I can use this range. I can trade this range, you see. And I can look for some entries now. It doesn't really mess the market up too much, which is good. Oh, here we go. Nasdaq. Is Nasdaq going to give me an entry on the 15 closure here? If this 15 can close above here on Nasdaq, I'll be looking for some buys. Okay. Yeah, not much at all here on gold. I'm more interested in Nasdaq. Nasdaq closures above this level. I'm going to look for buys into here. What site for news? Forex Factory. Yeah, Forex Factory. Yeah, nothing at all, really. It's probably factored in all the news as well before. Yeah, if I can get a closure above this range, I'm watching these targets as well, which are clean. Yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone's crushing it today, like I say. For anybody who's just tuning in as well, these two accounts here have hit the target. So these two accounts are ready for a payout on top one. So for anybody who's been following the streams and the journey of me like 4 weeks ago, trading these instant accounts to pay out, well, 4 weeks later, we're ready for the payout. So $18,000 profit on these two accounts in total, and I'll be taking $7,000 on the accounts. So yeah, good stuff. That's it, Lo. Yeah, I'm waiting for this 15 on Nasdaq. It looks a lot better. I can't do anything with gold here. Gold's got no targets for me. Possibly if the hourly close is bullish enough, then yeah. But I don't like buying gold here because it could just fake out and push down. Because there's nothing to trade into here other than these highs. So the main watch for me is going to be Nasdaq buys on this 15 closure. And we took a win on stream on Nasdaq 2 days ago. So Nasdaq could bring the goods today as well. We had a pullback on DXY. Yeah, I don't really trade the DXY, mate. I just trade I just trade the charts that I execute on. So I only trade gold and Nasdaq. I don't look at any other cross pairs to influence my decision on them. To me, like, I think I used to look at the Dixie, or I used to look at the DXY maybe like 5 years ago. And for me, it's just overcomplicating it. It's just overcomplicating trading, like trying to analyze something else that you're not even trading. But personal preference, I mean, people have little things that they like to do. For me, in my 7 years of trading, you know, trading 1 to 2 pairs and keeping it simple has been the best thing ever. I mean, the only thing I can really look at is see how this hourly closes. I mean, if the hourly close is bullish, I'll take some buys. Because if the hourly closes up here, for example, the chances of me then pushing into these highs is a lot higher. But all the way down here, it's a lot lower because it's like 150 ticks away. So it depends how the hourly closes. The hourly is probably the main thing I can watch on gold. But the 15 closure on Nasdaq is what I can watch for buys or sells. So I'm gonna stick on Nasdaq for now, just because there's a lot more potential with it. Okay, got the range, potential half risk or impulse if I close above. Cheers for likes, guys. Crushing it. Nice one. 23 likes. Legends. Yeah, 15 closure here on Nasdaq. I'll look for some longs higher. So lock in. It needs to get above this range here. Okay. Get above here, then I can take that little scalp into them highs. That'll be a nice trade. Like I say, on these accounts now, when I take the payout, I'll have like how much will I have? 5.5k buffer, and I'll need to make a further 5% to then get another payout. So, you know, you 5% on the account to then get another payout isn't too bad. You know, you can request a payout, you know, after like another 2 weeks of consistency. You know, another 2 weeks of consistency, you requested another 7k. It's like I never had, like, all really I had when I was starting to trade was FTMO. Literally just FTMO. FTMO and a few other dodgy ones, like 6 years ago. And I used to waste so much money on them, failing them. Like, nowadays, you can just get instant funded, make 6% on the account, and get 7k in payouts on 2 accounts. It's like, to be fair, I wasn't profitable back then, but you understand what I mean. The opportunity to actually scale nowadays is great. It's insane. And that's the thing, like, you know, if I linked 3 of these accounts, that's like 10k. That's 10k for a personal account, and, you know, you can put some more into instant accounts. Different ways to do it, different ways to scale. Like, is anybody else trading top 1 instant accounts or any top 1 challenges or anything, or the straight to funded ones? How's the 15 on NAS closing? Yeah, 15 on NAS close above here. I'll be looking for some buys, personally. I think it's quite clear into these highs if it closes above. Right. 4 minutes until this closure. Is it going to get above? Have a look. 15's looking good as well. And the hourly's looking clean too. The 15 can get above and that hourly starts pushing higher. That's nice. Have a look at these comments really quickly. That's my plan. Learn with small lots on my personal, then get an instant and then feel ready. Yeah, 100% Andy. That's perfect, mate. That's perfect. Mm. Yeah, Andy, that's not a bad thing to do. You know, pick up some consistency when you get consistent. The thing is as well, like, you know, you need to learn and get a little bit of consistency first, because if you don't, you'll just be blowing accounts, and you know, long term, you know, blowing funded accounts is still expensive. You know, I must have spent like 15,000-20,000 pounds on buying prop firm accounts and stuff. I heard top one isn't good anymore because they denied. No, not heard about that, DK. Yeah, have they got rules where you can only buy certain amount of accounts? Yeah, but most prop firms do. If they're denying you, it's for a proper reason that's in the rules. You know, Top Step have got rules where you can't buy a certain amount of accounts. Like, I think it's 10 every month. Every prop firm has rules. I mean, if you're buying like 20 to 30 instant funded accounts, that's nothing to do with the prop firm. You need to have a look at yourself. What do you mean by a sim farming? What do you mean by that, DK? Are we going to get that closure? Let's have a look. What have we got? 2 minutes until here. 2 minutes until we close. If it closes bearish, I'll take some sells. I'm open to both sides here, because this level's quite key. You know, you can see it's rejecting the level, and you can see that it could potentially close above. You know, the closure here will give me direction. And that direction is key for me to look for entries at either side. But 2 minutes, it's not looking likely. Come on, Nasdaq. What's gold doing? See, that's what I mean. This is why I don't buy when there's nothing to trade into above. Yeah, there's targets, but they're like 150 ticks away. So anybody getting giddy trying to buy up here, they're in drawdown, because they think that gold has to push into a high, but it's like 150 ticks away. What is it likely to do first? It's likely to pull back a little bit, take some liquidity, and then come and take the highs. I'd rather buy it here after it's pulled back, taken liquidity, and then on the second push. Da, 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 da. $30 still got potential. 30 has still got potential. The 30 can get above, then I'm sound. I mean, you've got wick fill, not the strongest claws, but wick fill into them highs. What's that, like 40 ticks? You know, stops maybe on the low of this candle. Looking for it to push into wick fill. Obviously, if it reflipped bullish on the buy on a buy stop after it made a big wick. We will see. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the 30 closure here on Nas. If the 30 can close bullish, I'll take some buys. Mm-mm-mm. Seven accounts. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. But that's just because he bought like 80 accounts or something. Yeah, there is a rule about you can't buy so many accounts, but most prop firms have to have them anyway. I think he bought like 70 to 80 accounts or something. Yeah, they've got a maximum accounts that you can buy. But you know, when you're buying like 1 to 2 accounts a month, you're gonna be absolutely fine. You know, 1 to 2 accounts, you're not gonna have any problems. I mean, if you're buying like 50 accounts, I mean, come on. 50 accounts is crazy. Yeah, 30 gets above this level. I'm going to be looking for some buys on NQ because I think that the hourly will close strong too. And if the hourly can close strong and the 15 and 30 can close strong, I think that I can take some buys into these highs up here. 27 points. But like I say, we'll see how it closes. If it closes bullish, I'll be happy to take some buys. Gold, look at gold faking out exactly what I said. Gold faking out of the level because anybody buying up here has bought up too early because there's no targets to trade into. Okay, no targets, no trading for me. Simple as that. So I'm just gonna leave this level a little bit higher now. Very, very good example there. If this 30 can close bearish rejecting, I'll look to take out this double bottom. So I've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to wait, okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna see how this hourly closes on gold. It could give me a nice half risk entry at this range. Could give me a nice half risk entry at this range to then take some sells down. Because I'd imagine if anybody who's going long up here is still in a position, they're going to have the stops down here, looking for this big play higher. If I can get a bearish closure here, I can come and take the rest of that liquidity out, which would be nice. Guys, give us a couple of minutes. I'm just going to go and get some more water. But main watch for me is this hourly closure, okay? So I'm going to watch this hourly. If it can give me a half risk short, I'll take it. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? All right, we're back, guys. Who's still tuning into the stream? Who's still here? If you're still here tuning in, let me know. Let's see who's here, guys. Let's see if this 30-minute wants to give me an entry down. Nas breaking support. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nas is breaking out. This could be nice. Nas breaks above here. Then I think buys up into these highs are nice. Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. Good to see everyone still tuning in. Still here, mate. Darren, nice. Good stuff, bro. I'm still watching gold. I am interested in gold sells, but as always, it depends how it closes. Gold's always my first go-to. So I'd rather take the gold sells if it closes bearish here at very low risk. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so closure here. Nice bearish closure, rejecting the level. I'll look for some sells down. Obviously, I'll be interested to see how it reacts from this structure. 20 ticks away. We'll see. Also, hey, bro, Fabio. Nice one, mate. Good to see you still here, man. Yeah, I'll see how this 30 closes. If it gives me an entry, I'll stay on and manage it. If not, all good. Where's the liquidity grabs, Joe? Just here, mate. Can you see the red candle? It's taken the high of these candles here. So this red candle has taken liquidity of all these candles highs to the left. See, 3 minutes here. 3 minutes. Closure, and then I can look for some entries. Yeah. Could be a nice little short, this. It could be a nice little short. Especially into some structure down here as first targets. How many? 30 ticks there. If he gives me a top wick and a flip down, I'm happy to take some sells down. With gold, do you want to take the buy? No. Within this range, I can't take buys. I can only take sells because it's rejecting the high of the range. If it rejects the high of the range and closes bearish, I'll look for sells within the range. But I need to really wait to see how it closes. Closure here in 2 minutes, I'll be looking for them sells down. Remember, everybody, closures give you information about what's happening on the chart, okay? So this 30-minute candle can still push bullish, so I'm not going to enter until the closure because that closure gives me information about which direction I want to trade, okay? Da-da-da. Looks nice. It looks like a nice candle closure here for it to push further down. 30 likes. Insane. Appreciate it all. Appreciate everyone. Nice one. Oh, let's see gold. Top wick, flip down. I'll look to trade down into these laws. I mean, I can't really complain with the hourly closure. Hourly's wicked. 4 hourly's closing now. That's wicked the level, rejected it. There's a lot of liquidity to take to the downside. I mean, yeah, I'm happy to take some sells here. If it closes strong as it is now. I just want to see now that top wick and push down if it closes bearish. I mean, any more wick I don't want. How did Nasdaq close? Yeah, Nasdaq closed rejecting the range. That's actually a nice half risk too. Got the 4 hour closure. 4 hour closure on Nas. I don't mind shorts if it breaks below. You know, try and look for some sells based off this sell down. Based off this closure. I mean, I'm gonna put a little, like I say, if it starts breaking any higher, I'll put a sell stop in. I'm just watching it to see if it wants to reject. Because if it doesn't start rejecting soon, I'll just not put it in. Because this could just be a big top wick for it to continue higher. Like, it's already at 30 ticks top wick. Which is quite big anyway. Yeah, it's getting a bit big. What's Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq's better. Yeah, Nasdaq's better on this entry. On this 15-minute time frame. Looking for it to play down into the low of the range in these lows. If it flips bearish. You know, I'll have a sell stop in. I'm not going to take this sell on gold, even though it's valid. Reason being is because stops are just a little bit... You know, 40 tick stop loss. But I'll mark it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in the sell stop for Nasdaq. Based off the 15-minute candle. Just because it's a nice half risk candle closure for it to push down. Take out these targets below. And then the further push down if it wants to. I just don't like how big this stop loss is on gold already. You know, I'd be managing here. Not worth it. Like I say, with the Nasdaq trade that I took on stream the other day and I won, the stop loss was like this big. You know, like 10, 15 points. Gold, it's already at 40 ticks stop loss. So I'm going to leave gold here and probably just wait for gold to break out. And if Nasdaq flips in, I'll be in this trade for sells. But if Nasdaq starts pushing up, like up here, then it's just enough for me to cancel. But yes, sell stops are in here. Yeah, if Nasdaq breaks this prior 15 high, this tells me that it's not going to flip down. So if it starts breaking back above here, I'm going to cancel the order. I'm currently got an order in on the low here. Hit take profit on gold, nice. Yeah, look at that, instantly up. Beautiful closure, straight up 45 ticks. Nasdaq, strong bearish closure, instantly up. Very, very wicky. Very wicky price action here. Guys, also, if you want to go and drop a follow on my Instagram, there's the link for my Instagram. I've just put it in the chat now, okay? So go and drop a follow on my Instagram. The bot will put it in. Yeah, I'm cancelling the order on here. I'm cancelling the order on this. Yeah, so that's my Instagram, guys. Go and click that link. It'll take you to my Insta. Go and drop a follow. And yeah, I'm posting a lot more on there now. Can you see where you put the sell stop on the chart? Yeah, so I didn't put it on the top 1 futures. But if I was trading it on the top 1 futures, I'd simply right click. Okay, say we're on NQ. I'd simply just right click wherever the lowest point of the candle is. So it'd be on the 15, the entry. And I would just right click. And then I would go sell stop 1. And I'd press sell stop 1, 2, or 3, depending on what my risk was going to be. And that would put the order in for me to start trading, okay? I'm not going to put it in because these accounts are ready for payouts. Doesn't make sense to, but that's how I'd put it in. You know, on my combines that I've got on my other screen, that's just how I did it. It's the same process. But I'm cancelling them anyway because it's brought the high. I'm cancelling these orders because it's brought these highs. It's invalidated for me now. Same with gold. Look at gold just instantly pushing up. Probably just going to change this range a little bit on gold. Probably buys above here. Targets up here. Not too bad. And for sells. Sells like... Where's range for sells? Something like this. Probably the cleanest. You put the stop loss in when you've been executed into it. So you can put it in before, but it's easier to do when you've been executed into the trade. So once I've been taken into the position, that's when I put the stop loss in. Can I check the S&P? Yeah, sure. One sec, guys. Let me just put my charger in. Let me just put my charger in for my camera really quickly. Give us 2 minutes. Right, we're good. Sorry about that. Had to put it in before it died. I'm on like 4% on my camera. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't be helpful, sorry. Can you check the S&P? Yeah, I'll check the S&P quickly, no problem. S&P actually moves quite clean. A lot of the guys in the community have been trading S&P. If I was trading S&P in terms of ranges, I'd have something like this. I'd have buys above this level here. You can see resistance, acting as resistance. And in terms of support, nice support level here. This would be my range on S&P. And like I say, if I got a breakout above this level, I'd be looking to trade into these highs. Depending on how it broke out. And then you've got some good highs here too to take out. You see? Highs here, closes above. I can buy into them highs. And then below here, then they've got targets below down here to take out. Maybe into some structure after that. But yeah, this is the range I'd be using on the S&P. You can do it prior, Duncan, but you need to use like orders. You need to, but it can get complicated. I personally just wait, you know, until I get executed and then I move it. Click and drag, click and drag. Thank you, Joe. Natalie, absolutely fine, no problem. Naslong, still valid on the 15 closure. Let's have a look. Have a look. No, not on the 15 closure, really. Yeah, it is kind of valid. It's kind of valid. You've taken liquidity down here. You just need that closure now in 5 minutes. You just need that closure in 5 minutes. Yeah, you need the closure in 5 minutes. Without the closure, there's no trade. I think if it closes above on the 15, I think you're gonna have a quick push into them highs, personally. But I'm not focused on Nasdaq. Like I say, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've made 2.4K today, and I've got a payout pending of like $7,000. So I don't really need to force anything. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that. If I was focusing on anything, it'd be gold here, okay? Because gold's got some great targets down here, and it's got some decent wick fill targets above, and you've got some good targets up here too. So gold's looking a lot better. Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, no worries, Natalie. No worries, Duncan. All good. No problem at all. Da-da-da. But like I say, if I wasn't already up and I wasn't past the payout stage of, you know, med 2.4Ks, it's like, you know, when are you going to be happy with taking profits? How long have you been on them instants? About 32 days since the first trade. Yeah, 32 days since my first executed trade, it says. So, about a month, mate. So, put it this way. This is how I always say to people in the community as well. You know, if you're on an instant account, don't try and aim for a payout in 1 week. You know, think to yourself, if I stay profitable, if I stay consistent and I stick to the plan and I hit that 6% profit target, you know, on 2 accounts, that's a 7K payout in 1 month. You know, and you can do that again and again and again. Okay, just stick to the plan, stick to the rules. Yeah, 32 days since the first trade. And I'm at payout now. But I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just literally sticking to the rules and sticking to the plan that I've put forward. Like, simple as that. 1 month, you made 7K. Yeah, 7K payout in 1 month, mate. Yeah. I think start of last month, I took like 3.5K from Top Step. And then the month before that, I think I took like another 6K from Alpha and Top Step. So yeah, it's been a good 3 to 4 months, I'd say. Does that really affect us, the trailing stop loss? Not really, mate, because the trailing stop loss is always the same. You know, if you make 2K, your stop loss is still, you know, your trailing stop loss is still going to be like 4.5 grand, 4.5K. So it just trails at the end of the day, mate. So if you start the account with a $4,000 buffer before you lose the account, well, you've still got 4,000 if you make $1,000. It's still 4,000. So it doesn't really affect me. You know, if you're over risking and over leveraging and, you know, losing $4,000 in a day, well, yeah, it's going to affect you. But, you know, keep your losses small and keep your wins bigger. And if you've got a good plan, you're fine. Good plan, good strategy. Stick to it, you know. You're chilling, super work, bro. Yeah, sound, man. And guys, everybody else can get onto that stage. Everybody else can get profitable. It's just finding a set of rules and sticking to them, okay? When you're going to buy your Urus, I probably wouldn't buy one. I'm not, like I said, I prefer, like, I don't know, probably a Porsche or something. Maybe a Ferrari. Yeah, my average loss on these accounts was like... My average loss on these accounts is like $200. And my average win's 350. So that's fine, you know? That's like 1.5 risk to reward. Not bad. Da-da-da. But guys, I'm going to head off anyway. I'm going to head off. Anyone in the community, I'll see you there. Okay? Guys, if you do want to join the community... If you do want to join the community mentorship, learn the full plan, understand the plan that helps me get payouts, you know, regular payouts, get yourself in the community, okay? You can sign up on my website. I've just pinned the message in the chat. You can click the link, sign up there, learn everything that you need, you know, to basically do what I do. You know, you see it live. You see me post trades. Every trade that I take is a valid trade. And over time, that's where I met the profit. Okay, so it's been a pleasure as always, guys. Trade safe. Anybody in the mentorship, I will see you there. Okay, I'll see you in the mentorship now. I'll get back to all the questions and stuff. Other than that, enjoy. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.